But we start with the latest on a Green Bay officer-involved shooting. As we reported yesterday, the Brown County District Attorney announced Green Bay police officer Dan Skenendor will not face criminal charges for a shooting back in February. After an exchange of gunfire, an autopsy reveals Steve Ventura died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Brittany Schmidt joins us in studio after talking to the police chief about this incident. So the officer's been cleared of any criminal charges, but this incident, it's still under review.
It is, and this is normal protocol, the chief said today, that normally after an investigation, this was done by a third party, the DOJ. The Brown County District Attorney says there will be no criminal charges. He acted within his right to use deadly force. But now there's going to be an internal administrative review. And the reason for that is so that the administrators can kind of look through the process, look at the incident, what worked, what didn't work, did it adhere to policy, was it compliant? What can be learned from the incident? Are there other equipment needs or training needs or anything like that? So they're kind of looking at it more of a broader spectrum from an internal review point.
Yeah, pretty dramatic video there we're watching. Now, while the review is underway, what's the status of the officer then?
Right, so he is on administrative duty right now. As this review kind of goes, and the chief said we don't really know exactly how long it'll take because they're still waiting for all those documents to come in from the DOJ. There's the video you see there. He is kind of drove along the way, kind of got to a safer area. But now he's still on administrative duty, but there's nothing in this process that would prevent him from going back out on the street. But the chief says it really is up to the officer and when they feel ready, you know, when they work through the process. I mean, this was a traumatic scene for so many. As we know, we talk about officers going through and living through these scenarios. He had to use deadly force. He thought his life was at risk. And so he had to kind of work through that. And even the officer Skenendor, he released a statement. You can find that on our website, WBAY.com too.
So what is offered to officers to go through when they go through situations like this, as far as, I don't know, assistance, mental assistance?
Right. So the chief talked a little bit today about all of the resources that are available to them. So the critical incident, it looks different for every officer. So they have a really good relationship with their mental health and wellness resources here in the area. They have a contract service where officers can go at any time on a confidential basis to get help whenever they need it, to talk through scenarios so that they are back at the job and ready to go and take whatever comes to them.
Okay, well, Brittany, thank you very much. Look forward to your full report coming up tonight at 5.